Track daily, another one.
Duse M, PT.
Jump on it, jump on it, jump on it. Jump on it, jump on it.
Ride it like Jump on it, jump on it. Ride it like Taxi the Hill, smoking that loud, lace the yak with mouth. Making mama proud, popping it like shot. Turn up, it's a gangster party.
PT, ain't never popped a Molly, but if I ever catch Mac, I'ma pop a Holly. I don't even rob a cop the Harley. Blowing so much green, I shame Marley. Yeah, I push the line to its full limit. Hit the hole like 22, boy, I'm a young Emmett. Nothing go like snow, now that's a cold image. Still whistling, sending, knocking them white women. Only reason I do it to avenge image. To the day they go before they box me out. Knowing me, it don't matter, I simply take my route. On my hobby.
Wes. Welcome to the DAMU KIWE Conversations. Home of the West Coast. The voice of the culture. Duse M's the Don. Oh, shoot, I didn't even start Instagram. My bad, bro. I was having technical difficulties. But it's okay. If you coming in right now, make sure you hit that like button on your way in. Go tell a friend, share it. And let them know y'all in here with the Don Duse M's. And we got the content. Hey, listen, bro. I don't know what's up with crackhead Eddie crack cocaine. But he about to get flamed. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna break down some real science for y'all, man. And y'all gonna understand why they can't really mess with this side. You know what I'm saying? It's only two sides. You know what I'm saying? It's just our side, you know what I'm saying, the side of the people, and then it's the police side and the side of the government. Bang that like button. Y'all coming in slow. Let's get this let's get to this content. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to this content. I see y'all coming in slow. I ain't been doing it. Trust me. Y'all know why sooner rather than later. Why I slowed up. Money grip. Salute to my bond rad. Duse M's. Salute to the DAMU KIWE Conversation. Real ones with real content. The revolution will be televised. We are the revolution. Black power. Money grip. I couldn't have said it better myself. We miss your presence, brother. Salute to you, King. You know what I'm saying? We got Carolina Connect TV. Salute to the Blue Rich Mob. Salute to the Blue Rich Mob, always on their job. Mike B. Salute Active Chuck, Carolina Connect TV, Money Grip. Y'all hit that like button. Jungle Boy TV. Salute. Salute to the live. Panda Man. What up, bro? Lou from the Lou. Salute Red Heart, Blue Heart, Active Chucks, DAMU KIWE Nation. Deuce, the squad. That's a fact. Money Mike, Lou for the Lou. Ed Bell, salute to Duse M the Don and your family, homie. Free the big OG, you and all the homies that keep it solid. That's a fact, bro. Free big you. John Bankhead with your looking at Angela. What's the damn deal? We got the content. You didn't know that, Angela? Escroscope, Wes, salute, man. What it do? Binky Mac, Duse M the Don. You already know, man. ETE, ETD, DAMU KIWE homies, you know what I'm saying? So everyone in the chat, ETE, we got the content. That's a fact. Yay area Detroiter, watching and listening in Detroit. Puritan Avenue in the building. I know you just here for the content. You know what I'm saying? So y'all hit that like button, man. You know they've been reporting me and all of that, so it's going to be slow. If y'all don't hit the like and hype me up, then they're not going to send this out. Let's make stand on the media. Salute. Eddie Boy the Snake. Salute. Oh, you going to love this one, Eddie Boy the Snake. In fact, I'm quite sure all of y'all could. We going to go through Eddie Boy's content. I'm gonna break some stuff down and in reaction to Crackhead Eddie's content, and then And after I break that down, we gonna flame up CS2 back. I got some on CS2 back. I want to push this today. Whoa. I see the homies on Instagram. They coming. Hey, look, man, we finna get straight into the content. We not finna make y'all wait. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody else want to take their time coming and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure y'all active in the chat. React to the poll. Interact with the poll. Share. Tell the friends, all the friends, everybody you know who's part of the DAMU KIWE family. Make sure they know we live right now, man. Send that link to them. Make sure they know they're not going to want to miss this one. This is what separates us from them. Let's go. Jay Jones, salute.
Assalamu alaikum. All right. What's going on in the world, man? What's happening with the people?
Bomani, what's up?
Did I do my taxes yet? No, I haven't did my taxes yet, bro. Why? What's up? What's up, Cold Soul? No? Why? You gonna do them for me? Because I know how to do them myself. I know how to do my own taxes. What's up, LB? LB Fine? What's up, Long Beach? What's going on, brother? Where's the new hood? Hey man, the new hood is everywhere. The hood, you can make a hood anywhere you want to go, man. It's the world is so big and so spacious. You can go anywhere and make a hood. You know.
Why is you trying to make a new hood? Oh, I forgot. You've been exiled from your hood as you were.
You can call it what you want to call it. You know. Yeah, brother, always tap in, man. You know, it's gonna get real funky around here the next like 3-4 months. You know, I think, man, in the next 3-4 months, man, a lot of stuff gonna get revealed, and a lot of brothers, man, that was being put on a pedestal, it's not gonna be on a pedestal anymore, and dudes gonna start to see the real political selected politics that goes on inside every community. That just not just one community, but every community. So we gonna see that. It'd be crazy though, but yeah, man, we're gonna start seeing certain
Get
things,
the
certain
lights up.
situations, certain movement, certain dudes looking stupid, certain dudes gonna be embarrassed, certain dudes gonna put spin on certain things, like, you know, I ain't from over there. I wasn't a part of that. Yeah, but you was speaking on that, you was defending that. So, you know, and you know, a lot of dudes already picked their side. So when dudes pick their side, they need to stay over there, stay on that side over there. I think about what I think about Loose Cannon. Oh man, come on, man. Y'all should already know that, man. Me and that dude never got along. I never respected him. I knew what time it was with him from the gate, and I always made that known. So I don't think nothing about that dude. I think that dude is doing what he's gonna do to get free. Oh, we got Don the One. We got another rat. Now this dude's a super rat. He's in the chat. His name is Don the One. He's telling too. He's telling for sure. He's a white man undercover out of Kentucky. He's like a YouTube spy where he goes on everybody's page and he reports back on what everybody is doing. He try to say certain comments in your comment to try to get you to have some feedback going back and forth so he can report that. His name Don the One. Yeah, he's up in there. See, he's reporting back right now. He's screen recording this right now as we speak. He's screen record everything that we do, everything that we say. He screens recorded and he send it back to headquarters. Yeah, that's what he do. Where's my ice vest? Right here. But I swear to God, Frank, I'm trying to tell you, man, it's like night and day, man, with him and his father. It's like night and day, bro. I swear to God,
Listen how
man. I'm talking about the
stupid he
same
sound.
attribute.
Listen to how stupid he sounds. Talking about Loose Cannon, basically. Loose Cannon is just like his daddy. But he said it's like night and day between him and his father. That's the total opposite message. The brother is illiterate. He don't know how to talk. Pay attention.
Use the same mannerism. The same a Don, the same everything. A Don the One. You can't use that on me, man. That's my saying.
Bang that like button on your way in. Bang that like
So
button.
it's like, man, it's like what I be saying, man. It's like a lot of times, man. His father ratted on your brother, Frank. Who is your father?
Smoke session, salute. Drew V, Clubhouse Crazy TV, salute. Stand on immediate.
This is my trademark right here, man. Y'all should see my gear off it. I made some new stuff. It got Busterville on it and face mask and everything. It's gonna be dope.
What up, man?
I don't know what's a Donna one. I don't even know that dude, bro. So you can't hide behind no religion, man. That just was saying that dude say, man. So that dude is non-relevant over here. I don't know who that dude is. He's the one sucking the defecation out of Big U's ass with a straw. Not me. I don't do that. So I'm not a boy.
Hey, bro. So crackhead Eddie is saying that I'm sucking the defecation from Big U's ass with a straw. What would make you even fantasize or think of some shit like that? Do I support the brother? Of course, I've been in that struggle. You know what I'm saying? And I don't watch Big U support hundreds of families, including mine. Hundreds of families. Giving them everything in his pocket to help them get by. Keeping the village together. So only less than a man wouldn't be trying to support a brother when he's down. See, it's real easy to be around and hang around and support when the sun's out. You got the top down, the broad passenger seat, Barbied all down with the crop hanging, blowing in the wind, gang sliding up PCH. You know what I'm saying? Y'all getting money together, doing business together, helping the community together. And as soon as he takes a fall, soon as he's out of sight, it's out of mind. See, I ain't cut like that, crackhead Eddie. So I'm going to support that man. You put jackets on that man and lie. I don't believe nothing you say. If you lied on him once, How we know you wouldn't lie on them again? And all you do is speak about 80% of your content is about rolling 60s and Big U. Before he went to jail, you wouldn't even go public. What a coward. You're the one with Big U thing down your mouth trying to live in his shadows. What a piece of shit. Let's go.
Way. You know, I can stand on my own too. I don't need an army to stand up behind nobody. I don't need nobody to call it, you know, him
And
my
West,
daddy and all that
salute
type of
West,
stuff. That's them dudes. I don't
salute.
do that. This is my trademark. I wear the mask because it's my trademark, man. That's it and that's all. I can take it off and all that stuff, but this is my trademark. This is my trademark. I have some personalized been made.
Eddie boy, that's not called a trademark. You don't understand business. You illiterate as fuck and you sound stupid. That's my trademark. That's my trademark. I'm getting some merch made with the mask on. That's my trademark. This is crazy.
It has Busterville on it. It has everything hooked
Busterville,
up.
very befitting. I agree. I concur. That is very befitting to you.
You'll see. No, I'm not in Minnesota. I don't even know that dude, bro. I don't know him. He
White
don't know nothing
man,
about
Wood
me. He don't know
Hudson,
nothing about my
salute.
family. He lies.
That's a fact.
He said he has, you know, he said my brother did this.
He said I lied. I said your brother did what? Your brother ratted on Monster Cody when Monster Cody shot him in his ass. How was that a lie? Your brother got caught knocking down a transmission during count time in CDCR. We read the 115. You saying the 115 fake? I told you and challenged you. Bring your brother's entire C file on a flash drive, and we will go through it and look for that date to see if it matched. If someone gave me fake paperwork, you should have been came out and proved that it wasn't authentic. You didn't even challenge it because you knew it was real. I could be duped. It came from jail. Maybe the dude made a fake one. They gave it to me. You didn't challenge it though. Nasty work. Knocked down the sheet that's blocking the doorway while he's ramming through a transmission. And a lady caught him and pressed the deuces on his ass, hit the panic button and wrote his ass up. What a sexual deviant. Homosexuality with a transmission. Nasty work. And you know he was a rat. And then you could also bring what his statement to the police on that case he got right now, which was a 5-hour recording. Bring that also, crackhead Eddie, since you want to label people liars. I'm impeccable on this motherfucker. Undefeated. You better go ask CS2 back, nigga. We run circles around you clowns. Square.
Brother did that, but he never posted no paperwork on it. He said I did this and I did that. He never posted no paperwork on it. So when you're dealing with an individual like that, bro, it's just like jargon. Dudes be masturbating.
Bro, you admitted that your brother made a statement on Monster Cody and snitch, nigga. What do you mean post this paperwork? Nigga, Monster Cody put it in his book. Monster Cody pressed you in the county jail in the crib module and told you make sure your brother don't come to court. You said he wasn't going to come to court. Monster Cody said when he got to trial, the boy came in court and testified on him. What do you mean? The paperwork. You're insulting our intelligence. You're a despicable piece of shit.
At the
Let's
mouth.
go, man.
Dudes ain't got no type of evidence. And to be honest with you, man, I ain't never heard of his section, man, until I came home because shit, they wasn't even a factor, to be honest with
He ain't never heard of my section, the 30s, Brims, until you came home. Do you understand that the Brims preceded the Crips? So the Brims preceded the section that you claim right now, or when you dropped your flag and use a dropout that you used to claim. What do you mean you never heard of them? I thought you was an active gang member. Besides that, just so you know, you went to Crenshaw, right? You born and raised and active around Crenshaw. Let me give y'all a little bit of game, right? On the front side of Crenshaw High School is Crip territory. Out the back gate, you got the Rolling 50 Brims. You know who started the Rolling 50 Brims? Big Catnip from Fruittown Brims. That's 5-4 Fruittown Brims, Rolling 50s. You might have just thought they was all VNGs. But you thought because you didn't know, you wasn't active. So really, that's a blemish on your so-called gangsterism or hysterism. When you were supposed to do it, you obviously wasn't doing it too well because you supposed to know what's going on. You never heard of Fruittown Brims. Wow. Hey, listen, man, but salute to you. Stay sleep, you know what I'm saying? Because that shit is kind of like playing out right now. Like it's gentrified over there. USC bought up most of the community. So you can play sleep now, but trust me, in your era, you the same age as Big U, 58, 59. So you like the age of the Millers. You like the age of the uncles. So we had like 3 generations before that, and you never heard of them. Why?
When I was growing up, they wasn't a factor. Basically, to us, they wasn't a factor. So,
well, he said that they wasn't a factor to him. Hey, maybe you wasn't a factor to them. Obviously, we know you ain't slid through, ain't did no drills. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you ain't never took that field trip, nigga. Let's go.
And I don't think it was a whole lot of them. If they was around, they wasn't kicking up no noise unless it was over there with the Harlems or something like that. But
unless it was over there with the Harlems. Unless it was over there with the Harlems. This nigga is goofy. You do understand Harlem Crips' first enemy, number 1, was the Fruittown Brims. Goofy. Unless it was with them, you don't know about that beef? Yeah, this dude was never a gang banger. A lot of dudes, it's a difference between a gang member. You got a lot of people that join the community, hang with the community, smoke weed, went to school with, even fought with when they were other places, but they never really gang banged, patrolled the hood every day, G'd up, banging on niggas, gang sliding to other rival territories, putting in work. That wasn't never Eddie Boy. He doesn't understand that side of the game. You know what I'm saying? He started smoking crack at like 18. He said he was like 140 pounds in the county at 18. So while you was smoking, the Fruittown Brim started in 1971, bro. What you mean for your generation? That's crazy.
other than that, man, I don't even know nothing about that shit. Don't care about whatever he got going on. He can talk his shit. He can do what he want to do.
Bang that like
I
button
do
if you
not
just
give a
coming
shit,
in.
man, because I don't live with no woman. Don't no woman take care of me. I have my own shit. I don't have to rely on nobody. I don't have to suck nobody.
Where is you getting this from? CS2 back? That my women take care of me? Well, I have had women take care of me most of my life, even when I had the most money in my life, hundreds of thousands of dollars. Niggas working for me. Women I still made them make sure they meet me halfway. But Maria take care of me? Shit, you got Maria fucked up. Maria a boss. She make her own money. And she gonna make sure that she ain't carrying nobody but herself. She living a real exclusive lifestyle.
Ass. I don't have to be nobody's boy. I don't have to go to bat for nobody. I don't have to do nothing. I can stand on my own too. I can say what I want to say. I can do what I want to do. And that's just what that is, man. You have a lot of guys, they can't stand up by themselves. They need other guys, to ride with them and
And that like
hate on
button.
another dude with them. They need them type of dudes, man.
They
Uh,
say, cuz
I
gang.
don't deal with boys. I don't respect boys. I don't respect crash dummies because you got to understand, man. When you have weak individuals around you, they gonna always um, be that.
Nigga, you hang with the Crip Cop and CS2 back. Who the fuck you talking about is a weak nigga? Hanging around weak niggas. Ain't that a bitch? Ain't that the tea kettle calling the skillet black? This nigga said, when you hang around weak people, nigga, you're weak. You show weakness once you snitched on Tone for 111. Once them Crips got on your ass, nigga, you stopped banging and turned and reverted to claiming you were a Muslim so you can have some kind of protection. Nigga, you show weakness when niggas asked you, hey, you telling people recorded you. I released it. Hey, you telling people that Big U snitched on you? Man, I ain't told. Well, why whacking 600 saying that you telling them that Big U told on them? Well, man, the police said that. It's on my appeal. The police said that he made that statement, but you can't believe the police. And you understand that's how the game go. But you lie. So when niggas get up on you and they tell you, why'd you say that? You denied it. You denied knowing anything about a podcast. You denied knowing anything, knowing 600 or Whack 100. Within months later, you was working out with the Crip Cop, a buster. We all watched Big U mark him out right on the side of that house. What do you mean hanging with weak niggas? You're weak. Your crew's weak. That's why them niggas stay high. You admitted Whack 100 and Loose Cannon were both super paranoid and they be high. And you hanging with them. Weakness. Talking about nobody didn't put their hands. That bitch ass nigga got slapped, nigga, and hit in the back of his head. And he ran. In my life, on my son's life, when I was gangbanging, or any time after, a man, police, judge, Jesus, Crip, blood, essay, have never put their hands on me without a response. Failure to respond get you rolled up off the yard. And I would have been the one rolling the nigga failing to respond up off the yard if he was from my tribe. So I set the standard up here and live by that through USPs, California Youth Authority, California CDCR, level 4 180s. So for you to believe and to insinuate that Big U was weak, that TD is weak, that Duse M is weak, or any nigga that I deal with, you can suck my dick, faggot ass, rat ass bitch. Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? So
Ain't that like button?
my history is what my history is. If you don't know my history, you
Yeah.
wasn't in the field.
No, you a mystery with no history. Your history is as a crackhead who used to hit licks, had a little money, smoked it off. Let's stop playing. Nigga, you was a buster. You was in the Crip module on the tier with the gangsters and the Hoovers with a nigga that shot your brother in the ass. The same brother you claim you love right now, that you claim that's the only reason you're coming around because you want to get him out. But nigga, if a nigga shot Booger Brim and came on my tier, fuck a fade, dead homies, he getting bust on, nigga. Fuck wrong with you. We are not the same, nigga. And whatever come with that, gonna come with that. Dead homies, let's go.
Straight up. If you a particular age, if you like under 50, you ain't gonna know my history. You know, And that's just what it is, bro. Because you guys just wasn't around, and I don't glorify, my history. I don't glorify it. I don't glorify no reputation. I think having a reputation is trash. It's dog shit. And
The hypocrisy of crackhead Eddie. This nigga just said he don't care about a reputation. He believes that having a reputation is trash. Bro, I don't care what world you live in. A good name is worth more than gold. See, I know you don't care about your reputation because your reputation is trash. Stealing from the masjid. This man allegedly stole from the imam at the masjid, using your name to get money from Demon Time Exotics. Stole money from him. Stole money from Christopher Love Boys. Of course, you don't value having a good name. But one thing I understand, man, and my G homie told me this, right? And mind you, he was the richest nigga in my hood. Till Keyshawn Johnson went pro. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got key money, but he was a millionaire, right? The biggest had the biggest bag in the set. He said, Deuce, you know why I fuck with you? I said, yeah, because I'm out here gang sliding on these ops, nigga, putting that work in, blood. Woo, woo, woo. And he laughed at it. And then this my G homie, nigga, he laughed at me. I was embarrassed. He said, nigga, a body costs 5 bands. He said, nigga, I could buy a body. I could buy a house. I could buy a bitch. What I can't buy is loyalty. What I can't buy is trust. When I leave out of here and it's $600,000 in the cabinets, I know I could leave for 3 weeks and come back and there ain't going to be a dollar taken because you don't take from your homies. You take from outside, nigga. That's priceless. Wherever you go, whatever you do, people with money are always going to feel comfortable around you once they get to know you. Because having someone that they can trust, they can't buy. If they can't buy you and they got love for you, they know nobody else who want to get at them could buy you. So you so hypocritical, you don't know how you're garbage, bro. You're trash. Basura. This nigga, nasty word. I believe a reputation is trash.
And that's what that is, bro. Anytime you want to glorify that gang activity or the criminal activity, man, there's something mentally wrong with you. So, and that's what a lot of these dudes do. They'll sit there and they'll talk about you on YouTube because they want to respond about you. They want to go back and forth with you. They chase clout, or they want to, have this type of perception, and they be like, oh, this motherfucker this dude, man, get the hell up out of here. You're a kid and you're gonna stay a kid. You're never gonna have nothing because you don't know how to make moves. But a lot of these dudes don't know how to make moves, bro.
I don't know how to make moves. I don't know how to make moves. Have any of y'all seen my business resume? Fuck a work resume. I ain't no worker. I'm a businessman, an entrepreneur, several times over. And I don't know how to make moves. Has anybody in the chat, drop a 1 in the chat if you guys seen my business resume? Listen to this nigga who can't even talk, talking about a nigga like me will never have nothing and don't know how to bust moves. I bust a move against YouTube. Google owns YouTube, so really Google. Amazon.com, that's $2 billion companies. And sued them. And settled out with my winnings and earnings for copyright infringement. Go Google Lamonte Sims versus Amazon.com. What the fuck is you talking about? Nigga don't know how to bust a move. See, where I come from, a move is going to be 6 figures or better. You stealing $1,500 from Demon Time Exotic, $400, let me know we ain't even talking the same language, player. Let's get back to it. One's in the chat if y'all seen Duse M's business resume.
And that
it's floating around on the internet right now.
That's what it is.
Bang that like button. Bomani seen it. Ed Bell seen it.
Hey man, look, like I said,
Carolina
bro.
Connect seen it.
I haven't done nothing to that brother. Like I said, when see you guys take everything up out of context. When Big U went to jail, bro, he was a rolling 60, right? And a lot of dudes don't understand that. He wasn't functioning with the Muslim. You just because you come to Juma don't make you a member of the community, bro.
Bro, he wasn't functioning with us. And just because you go to Juma, that doesn't mean you're a member of the community. What do you mean? If you subscribe to the 5 pillars of Islam, you're a Muslim. Why are you trying to undermine any support he gets from the Islamic Brotherhood? Who are you? They were looking for you when you took this money from the imam. What you mean he didn't want to function with us? Is that why you so butthurt? Because he didn't fuck with you? You keep talking about the people that he functioned with and why is you worried about who he functioned with? You jelly? You mad he didn't put you on? You mad he left you and treated you like the trash you was? This nigga got bitter baby mama energy. Dead homies, this nigga got bitter baby mama energy, bro.
And a lot of dudes don't understand that. It's impossible for you to be a rolling 60 and a Muslim at the same time. And these dudes, they don't understand it. So they try to argue with me.
Hold on. We finna go back 1 second. Hold on. Listen to this. Because I'm done with Crackhead Eddie. Right?
So he was a rolling 60, right? And a lot of dudes don't understand that. He wasn't functioning with the Muslim. Just because you come to Juma don't make you a member of the community, bro. And a lot of dudes don't understand that. It's impossible for you to be a rolling 60 and a Muslim at the same time.
Now, this is the bullshit and the brainwashing Eddie Boy has done that made me react to him. I wasn't even going to react to him and the bullshit he was talking about. I don't give a fuck about him talking about some gang shit. Nigga, my name is etched in history. Dead homies. Nigga, you fighting against history with that one. Same way you try to fight against history against Big U. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. You know what I'm saying? Nigga done kicked off gang wars. Smoke session time. Salute. How you gonna talk about what a nigga is and ain't? And in history, niggas talk about gang wars that he done started. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, all throughout my section, they gonna tell you Duse M's a smart ass nigga. That nigga's a gangster. Ever since I known him on the streets, all the way to the pens, that nigga's been known as a gangster. That's it. He gonna get money. He gonna tear something up. Your reputation ain't that. Now, to the point that you made is why I did this. Hold on, Muhammad Mazaloom 7826 to Allah. We will all return the creator of the heavens and the earth. The disbelievers will always believe each other. I believe that also, brother. You know what I'm saying? Linwood, salute to the chat. So, Crackhead Eddie, I want to show y'all some things real quick, man. You know what I'm saying? So first, let's start with this, right? Because he's talking about you can't be a gang member and be a Muslim. Well, first, how did they even name these people gangs? Because that's not how they started. And you ain't got to believe me. We're going to take y'all somewhere real quick. You know what I'm saying? One of the G's. See, he claimed he's a real gangster, but if he was a real gangster, he would know these things. I was a 47-year-old man from L.A. Brims finna school this old head on history, on his religion, because he's a fake Muslim. Pay attention. Listen to this.
We never called ourselves a gang. That was something that the city and the police would describe us as. We were
Hold on. We never called ourselves gangs. That was something, a title that the city, LA City Hall, and the police labeled us. If there's more than two people walking it or hanging out, and that's considered a gang. And these aren't Crips, these aren't Blood.
We never called ourselves a gang. That was something that the city and the police.
That was something that the city and the police labeled us. Gang. Listen to this big dummy talking about you can't be a Muslim and a Crip or a Muslim and a Blood. So misled, so brainwashed. Do you understand that this, we finna get into that. I want y'all to hear a couple more little clips, and then I'm gonna break it down for y'all. Street front fraternities, because of this racial discrimination, because of police brutality, the gladiators, the LA Brims, which I'm from, you never heard of. So it makes a lot of sense where that lack of understanding come from. You're not in the know. In fact, your understanding is below average, especially when it comes to how these streets is laced. LA Brims, avenues, gladiators, businessmen. They were fraternities, clubs, organizations, not gangs. That title was what the LA city utilized to criminalize Black people getting together, Black people organizing. After the Black Panthers, they started labeling them gangs. It was another title that they also labeled them, and I will get to that. But I'm going to give y'all a couple more clips. Designated and assigned is a term utilized because the segregation that still existed, the racial segregation throughout Los Angeles. Eddie boy, go ahead and get a pen and take notes, little boy. So if they never called themselves a gang, right? The Slossons, the first modern African-American so-called gang, they called themselves fraternities, clubs, tribes, villages, because that's what they protected, right? Let me get to this clip real quick. It's very, very important that y'all see these next two clips. Hold on. Crackhead Eddie, get your pen out. Take notes, little boy. It's either in you or it's on you. We know it's on you because it definitely ain't in you.
It's also the
So those is the Slosses. That wasn't the clip I wanted to show y'all, but y'all need to see that one too. Because this is Black history in LA. This is Black culture in LA, right? So here goes the clip I wanted y'all to see. So these clubs started because of the racial segregation, police targeting our people, and they were tired of it, and they practiced self-defense. They watched the Panthers. Let's go.
My mother takes me up to the
Where the blimp was at in Carson. You remember where the Goodyear blimp was at? Ain't that where you really from, Crackhead Eddie? I know you don't understand the terrain of South Central because you really from Carson, right? You was a late bloomer, moved over there and was late in the game. So you gang goofy. Of course you don't know those things. But yeah, you know what that Goodyear blimp is. Grew up because of racial discrimination and segregation. These black kids couldn't join the Boy Scouts. See, this is the game that y'all don't understand. They wouldn't accept them as the Boy Scouts. So for those who want to do something meaningful, who want to organize, right? Who want to protect their communities, who want to stick together, they started formulating the Slossons, the Gladiators, the LA Brims, and a whole bunch of other organizations. Inglewood Chain Gang, Hoover Park Family. Y'all want to keep going to Green Jackets or Yellow Jackets in Nickerson Gardens. So we finna get into this. Southern Force, salute, brother. I'm finna really cook right now. This is bigger than Crackhead Eddie. I just utilize him as the reason to teach today. Salute, salute. The only thing that can take you out of Islam is what brought you in it. That's Shahada. No human can take that away. Hey, evil, salute. He's no longer even evil. But hey, brother, salute to you. Salam alaikum. I send greetings and peace upon you and your family, brother. Thank you for that knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So, bam, let's get to this real quick. I've been waiting to get to this, right? So, you know me, because I am who I am, and I study this stuff, right? I said, hold on, it's not letting me go to it. Oh, that's it. Boom. So I said, does the Hausa people, the Hausa tribe, who are predominantly Muslims, still maintain their heritage? They say yes. The Hausa people who are predominantly Muslim absolutely still maintain their cultural heritage, even though Islam strongly shapes their daily life, law, and social values. Rather than replacing Hausa identity, Islam blended into it over many centuries. This is a great question, especially given your interest in African civilizations, continuity of culture, and historical identity. Here's how Hausa heritage is still preserved today. Hausa, language and oral tradition. Hausa language remains one of the most spoken languages in Africa. Over 70 to 80 million speakers used in daily communication, radio, TV, music, and poetry, and trade across West Africa. Traditional storytelling, praise poetry, proverbs, and historical epics are still passed down. Even religious teachings are often delivered in Hausa and not just Arabic. So when you meet some Arabs who are Muslim and they tell you, oh, you need to learn Arabic and only speak in Arabic, that's identity erasure. Of course, if you want to fully understand the Quran and you want to learn Arabic so you can read it, because different words don't translate. But you don't allow someone to erase your identity. Crackhead Eddie. 2, Islam blended with Hausa traditions. Islam arrived in around the 11th to 14th centuries through trans-Saharan trade and scholarship. Instead of erasing Hausa culture, Islam merged with it. Islamic prayer, law, Sharia law, and education coexist with Hausa family customs, clan identity, clans, tribes, identity. They maintain that. Traditional leadership system, emirs descended from Hausa kings, and cultural etiquette and dress. Some pre-Islamic customs survived in symbolic or ceremonial forms. Traditional dress and visual identity. Hausa people are still proudly wear traditional clothing. Baban Riga, the large flowing robe. Hula caps with embroidery. Wrapper garments and veils for women. Indigo dyed fabrics and leatherwork. These styles are ancient and distinctly Hausa, even when worn into the mosque. Architecture and city culture. Historic Hausa cities like Kano, Katsina, Zaria, Gombar still show traditional mud brick architecture, decorative wall carvings, wall city layouts, palace compounds. These designs predate Islam, but were adapted for Islamic faith, for Islamic life. Music, festivals, and ceremonies. I remember some of the Muslims told me that they couldn't listen to R&B music. Marvin Gaye. I said, you can't listen to Marvin Gaye. No, that's against Islamic faith. It brings about shaitan. And I said, bro, they trying to brainwash you. They're trying to take away whatever identity you had. Whoever is telling you that is trying to take away whatever identity you had and replace it with only Islam. Islam could merge with that. The Hausa still have cultural singing and music. They're still Muslims. Naming ceremonies and community feasts. Just like a hood day. Community feasts. Everybody shows up, they're dancing, they're celebrating. They commemorate the lives of those that they lost over this 50-something plus war. Crips versus Bloods. Bloods versus blood. Because everybody in the community ain't gangbangers. Some of those people just grow up around the gang, went to school with them, played sports with them. So if they go to a store and someone's trying to jump on their friend, they get into it just because they live in that neighborhood, just because that's their friend. Don't mean they're going to go do no drive-bys. Don't mean they went on missions to go jump out and beat up rival enemies. And then it could be you understand this is generational. How many generations is it since 1968 when the LA Brim started? The Crips started in 69. These other organizations preceded the LA Brims and the Crips. So you're talking about 31 plus 20, 51 years of tribal warfare, genocide of ourselves once it's spun out of control. But the bottom line is that the Hausa are deeply Muslim, strongly African, culturally continuous, linguistically vibrant, and historically rooted. Islam shaped their worldview, but Hausa identity remains fully alive and visible. Well, what about the Fulani tribe? Do they maintain their heritage and culture, or do they disregard it for Islam? Excellent follow-up. The Fulani tribe are actually one of the best examples in Africa of a people who become strongly Muslim while still fiercely protecting their ethnic identity, codes, and culture. They did not discard their heritage for Islam. They layered Islam on top of it. In many ways, Fulani cultural preservation is even stronger than the Hausa because of their nomadic discipline and strict social codes. Let me break it down. Fulani heritage versus Islam, how they coexist. Fulani identity is built on a moral code, At the heart of Fulani culture is Pulaku, an ancient ethical system that predates Islam. Munyao, patience, self-control, endurance. Simtanid, modesty, dignity, shame, avoidance. Hakir, intelligence, strategy, wisdom. Sagata, courage, bravery, honor, hospitality, and restraint. Even today, Fulani children are raised by these values more than religious rules. Islam reinforced these values but did not replace them. This code governs marriage behavior, leadership, conflict resolution, personal honor, and social hierarchy. Cattle culture remains central. Fulani are historically pastoralists. Cattle define identity, wealth, beauty, and spirituality. Cattle breeds are inherited through families. Songs and poetry praise cattle. Migration routes follow ancestral patterns. Milk rituals and cattle ceremonies remain strong. Herd ownership defines social status. Islam never erased it. It simply added halal rules around slaughter and trade. Distinct dress, khakis, Chuck Taylors, Nike Cortez, Brownies, Charlie Browns, or the brim hat. One cuff up, one down. Belt turned to the back. Right flag out your red flag out your right pocket. Blue flag out your left pocket. These are customs embedded into the culture of Los Angeles, historically for our people. After our culture was already stripped by our oppressors, we created a new culture based upon survival, but we'll get there. So music, dance, and festivals are still alive. Flute music, praise songs, epic oral histories, courtship dances. These rituals preserve pre-Islamic aesthetics and social systems. So the bottom line is the Fulani remain strongly Fulani. They still practice Pulaku, preserve cattle culture, maintain dress and aesthetics, and protect clan identity. They protect the clan identity and use Islam as a structure, not a replacement, right? The bigger truth connects to your interests. Just like ancient Africans integrated external influence, Phoenicians, Egyptians, Islamic, without losing identity, the Fulani and Hausa proved that African civilizations absorb religion but maintain cultural sovereignty, right? So then I went deeper, right? Once we got all of that out, I went deeper. In Los Angeles, Black clubs and organizations began forming in the 1960s to combat racism, police brutality, and oppression. These organizations were similar to local villages, tribes, the gladiators, the businessmen, Slauson Boys, Los Angeles Brims, the Avenues, and others. The police and the city began to criminalize these clubs, labeling them gangs. The police, because the main thing these people want to do is stop us from organizing, stop us from having any resemblance of structure, bro. That's the threat. When we unify, when we have a structure, they can't fuck with us, bro. We're thinking economically as one. We're thinking politically as one. We're educating as one. One mind, one body, one soul. The Elohim, many but one. So to do that, they started to label these clubs, these social fraternities, gangs, and criminalized, right? Although nearly 60 years later, those members from the 60s from South Central Los Angeles, children and grandchildren have adopted those customs and political beliefs against injustice, distrustful of police intentions. That culture is still embedded into generations today, the same as a village, even those who don't gangbang or participate in criminal behavior. See, the white man criminalized the black man through media, through law, and house niggas, sambos like this crackhead Eddie is pushing this narrative. Whack 100 is pushing this narrative that any association with organization of our people is criminal unless the organization is already compromised. We'll get to that later, right? They have deceased family members from these villages, tribes, very similar to the Hausa tribe or the Fulani tribe in Africa. The difference is the Hausa and Fulani still maintain their homeland, though the Arab conquest and Umayyad forced Islam onto those tribes, while Black Americans were removed from their land, enslaved, stripped of their identity, culture, history. So once creating this new identity that has been criminalized by others who took this land, because this was our land, and who make the laws here and labeled those early clubs as gangs, preceding the Crips formation. I want ChatGPT to speak on the similarities and tribalism and the culture between these African tribes and these clubs, tribes in Los Angeles. And I want you to speak on any history in Los Angeles that supports my hypothesis about Black Americans in LA and culture trends that started in the 1960s and remain today in Black culture or with the Black identity in LA today. Are we cooking? Bang that like button. Right? So they say, I'll break it into 5 parts. This connects directly to the kind of cultural lineage and self-determination work that you've been documenting in your own career and community work, Lamonte. See, ChatGPT has a pretty good understanding of who I am as a public figure. Understand my business savvy. Understand my political positions. My self-determination in the work I do within the California, Las Vegas, and everywhere I went in qualified immunity, feed the homeless, back to school supply drives annually. Crackhead Eddie, what kind of zakat have you been doing just in the Crenshaw district? I don't dare think a crackhead can surpass me in my intentions. Just you still trying to get your stuff together. You know what I'm saying? So tell me, what charity events? Yeah. What charity events have you done to even compare to that? But in any event, so why Black organizations formed in South Central 1960s? By the late 1950s and 60s, South Central LA faced redlining and housing segregation, exclusion from labor unions and skilled trades, aggressive LAPD policing under Chief William Parker, 1965 Watts Rebellion after police brutality, school overcrowding and underfunding, and displacement from freeway construction. Black migrants from Texas, Louisiana, Oklahoma, and the Midwest had arrived during World War II, defense booms, but were contained in specific zones. Racial segregation. Young Black men formed social clubs, protection groups, athletic clubs, and business collectives. The Slossons, the Gladiators, the businessmen, the Avenues, the Farmers, the Watts groups, and the Brims. These were not initially criminal enterprises. They were identity networks. Your network and identity comes from these organizations. That's how they were founded. That identity and network still lives and survives 51 years later. But an asshole, ignorant, crackhead, fake Muslim like Crackhead Eddie wants you to believe to be a Muslim, you have to abandon your identity network, safety structures, your political consciousness spaces, and territorial belonging systems. You can't belong with those people who you grew up with, who are your family members, who share some of the same lost friends that you some who weren't gang members. We all know innocent people in our community who were mistaken for gang members and unalive. You can't identify with them. Exactly like post-colonial village systems where formal institutions fail. Colonial village systems were designed exactly like that in Africa through colonization. How these groups function like tribes. If you strip away the modern criminal label, these groups had classic tribal characteristics. Kinship and lineage. Memberships passed through. Family ties. Neighborhoods upbringing. School relationships. Children inherit affiliations culturally, even without active participation. Fallen members become ancestral memory, murals on the wall, stories, reputations. Remember, Crackhead Eddie said your reputation is trash. It doesn't mean shit. He don't care about his own reputation or what nobody else care about him. Sound like a narcissistic, selfish bitch, right? Not like a Muslim, right? Also, territorial identity. Blocks function as villages. Borders are socially enforced. Territory, safety, identity, pride, and memory. This mirrors Hausa city-states, Fulani grazing territories, and clan lands across Africa. Y'all see the similarities now? Symbols, colors, and language. Oh, yo, that color stuff is dumb. This is the narrative on the internet. Those who don't understand. Colors, hand signs, slang, hats, tattoos, oral history, and reputation matter more than paperwork. Names carry legacies. African tribes maintain color symbolism, praise names, clan markers, and oral genealogies. Sounds the same, right? Codes of conduct, internal rules, respect, retaliation norms, protection of women and elders, informal justice systems, sanctions for an informal justice system is like a DP. Oh, you beat up old girl, you out of pocket, coming to the back, you got a DP going. We believe in community justice, not justice with the police. Only love boys believe in justice for the police. Only Whack 100 believe in justice for the police. Every boy believes in justice for the police. Nina boy believe in justice for the police. Except for them grape allegations that were over his head, right? Political consciousness. Even when later generations drifted into survival crime, even later, they drifted into survival and crime. The inherited worldview remains distrust of the police. We didn't get our distrust of the police and not working with the police from the organizations. That was already embedded in us because of what our experiences as Blacks coming from the South and back east, moving to California. That goes back to our ancestors there who were escaping slavery, who revolted and fought against the stealing of their land, whether it was the First Seminole War, Second Seminole War, or any of the maroon encampments that continue to resist assimilation and bowing down to white supremacy. Crackhead Eddie said his friends in Carson he grew up with, they work with them alphabet boys. They feds, boy. Christopher Love, boy, tried out to be a police officer, admitting, and failed. The Crip cop. Whack 100 said he worked with the police, but he only worked with the dirty police. You know, the ones that's Crips and blood. They all they need is your license plate number, and they gonna take care of business. And they sick the police on their enemies. So even when later generations drifted into survival and crime, the inherited worldview remained awareness of structural injustice, loyalty over institutions, self-defense mentality. We gonna defend ourselves, and community protection instinct. This is exactly how colonized tribes maintain resistance psychology. Now, the parallels to the Hausa and the Fulani, your comparison, this is them what telling me, your comparison is actually academically sound. The Hausa, urban trading city-states, strong merchant class, religious governance after Islamization, strong neighborhood identity, guide systems, and extended family networks comparable to the businessmen clubs, block-based economic networks, hustle economies in segregated zones. The Fulanis, nomadic identity, warrior tradition, strong honor code, resistance history against domination, clan loyalty above state loyalty, comparable to the LA brims and street sets, protection culture, retaliation norms, loyalty enforcement, and honor culture. See, the LA brims are comparable to the Fulanis. The Rolling 60s are comparable to the Fulanis. They, under Islamic, they have no issues and are able to maintain their identity because they control the laws and their land. We're not in a position to. The laws in our land criminalize our culture, what it is to be black, our identity, and call it gangs. And after hearing it so long, a kid here, boy, you dumb as a motherfucker. Boy, you ain't gonna never be shit. Boy, you just like your daddy. Boy, all niggas ain't shit. At some point, them kids is gonna start to believe that. So now we went from Los Angeles brims to brim gang, from West Side Crips to Rolling 60 Crip gang, from 8 Trays to 8 Tray Gangster Crip. The identity, the purpose continue to change, which means it's no longer just the cultural identity. It's adopting now a criminal mentality against our own. We get that. Doesn't mean you have to distance yourself from the cultural identity of Los Angeles Black community. That's history. So, key difference, as you stated correctly, African tribes retain land continuity. They still got their land. Black Americans experience forced displacement, identity erasure, cultural rupture, and criminalization of self-organization. When we try to organize ourselves, whether it was the Black Panthers, they sent COINTELPRO. They sent the Black Desk. They criminalized anything that tried to substantiate and create structure. How can they continue to exploit us if we structured up? How can the police come in our communities and beat our predominantly Black people if we got our own military resistance that takes care of that? So Blacks recreated tribal identity in urban micro territories instead of their ancestral lands. We're tribal people naturally, bro. Whether you believe you were already here or whether you believe you came from the motherland, you come from tribes, clans. So us being together, social beings, is the norm. That's what we do naturally. So they had to whip us up into submission to not want to be around, man. Ain't nothing but hanging around a bunch of niggas, ain't nothing but nothing negative gonna happen. Anytime you see more than two niggas together, now even our own people look at us with negative connotations because they inherited the propaganda propagated through the crooked news media since the 50s and 60s, ensuring movies painted these pictures. Criminalization as a colonial process. This is critical. Once LAPD and the city labeled these groups as gangs, surveillance increased. Collective punishment began. Injunctions criminalized association itself. If you associate, you're going to get an injunction to punish you for grouping up. Entire neighborhoods became suspect populations. Political organizing was disrupted. See, you can't organize without structure. They're going to target it so that you can have no organized political movement. Without a voice and a political movement, how are you going to seek the rights and justice that you know these people haven't gave us thus far? This mirrors colonial governments in Africa criminalizing tribal assemblies. This is their modus operandi, labeling resistance as banditry. Remember I said gangs had a different name in Africa? They labeled them banditry. Suppressing cultural institutions. The COINTELPRO destruction of the Black Panthers accelerated this vacuum. Youth structures lost political leadership and became survival-based rather than ideological. The same pattern seen in post-colonial Africa. It's the exact same move, bro. The youth lost its political structure, leadership, our political leadership. We went from Huey P. Newton, right? Assata Shakur. These were college students. Right now, we talking about 4 extra. We're talking about whack 100. Knock off the head and the body follows. And every generation is going to be more watered down and more watered down until they can make you all sheep who abhor violence, who ain't never stood on nothing in their motherfucking life unless it was against another black man. But they bow to white supremacy. Like Whack 100 to Aiden Ross. He know his place. He's a good old boy. Yes, sir, master. He's a gatekeeper. Yes, sir, boss. We sick today, a boss? Seen this nigga King Peel the exact same thing. Defending Aiden Ross against Glasses Malone. Nigga, didn't you get put on your set in jail, nigga? These are the dudes that they want to highlight publicly for our next generation to model and behave like. To follow these influencers. So that the same exact way they destroyed any structure we did then, they're going to attack and destroy it today. This is one of the reasons that they targeted Big U. Los Angeles history supporting your thesis. This is my thesis. Crackhead Eddie. You want to see a nigga put together a move? You watch it. Can't stop, won't stop. Machine in motion, nigga. Watch Rebellion, 1965. Demonstrated community solidarity against police suppression. Territorial defense psychology. Collective memory still shapes LA identity today. Slauson, the Crips transition. Raymond Washington came from the Slauson's lineage. Original intent was neighborhood unity and protection. And then it was a political vacuum. Suck it up. Repression. Tear it down. Fragmentation. Keep them divided. The gangsters versus the hustlers. The Bloods versus the Crips. The Brims versus the Pyroos. Damn. The devil's been playing us. And all we focus on is other niggas. All we targeted and got that aggressive energy for is people that look like us. Nipsey Hussle had a bar that gave me chills till today when I hear it. You on a mission looking for somebody that look just like you, walk just like you do. A sad reality of the tribalism and gangbanging and what we became. LAPD gang databases, 1970s to the present, labeling young black males as gang members without crime. Generational tracking, identity inheritance by policing rather than behavior. This literally institutionalized tribal inheritance. Literally institutionalized our tribal inheritance. You don't got to do a crime. But because you grew up in a community, went to school with, playing football with somebody from that community who might have been active, might have been a gangbanger, might have been a criminal, and might not have even had a criminal record. They make those little cards and stop you at 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 years old. Institutionalized tribal inheritance. Injunctions from the 1980s to the 2000s. Criminalized standing together in public spaces. Do you understand what that means? How the fuck is this the land of the free? But they criminalize it only in black communities and brown communities. Standing together in public spaces. Equivalent of banning tribal gatherings in Africa. This is what happened in colonization, bro. Us being together, us unified, is their worst motherfucking nightmare, bro. Cultural continuity today. Even non-gang involved black LA residents know territorial lines, inherit neighborhood identities, carry historical mistrust of the police, share cultural codes, and have family affected by the street politics. That cultural embeddedness is not criminality. but they're going to still be treated as criminals. They're still going to be labeled as gang members or associates, right? Conclusion. Duse M, your hypothesis holds weight. What you're articulating is that Black Los Angeles recreated tribal social systems under urban colonial pressure, and those systems persist culturally even when criminal participation declines. These are urban tribes. The Crips and Bloods are urban tribes, diasporic survival cultures. Those of the diaspora surviving, bonded together to stand and defend ourselves, our rights, territorial kinship systems, and politically shaped identities. The difference from Hausa and Fulani is not structure. The only difference between the Hausa and Fulani tribes and the Crips and Bloods is land sovereignty and criminal labeling. If we was in Africa or these people weren't controlling this government, we can hang out together without being seen as criminals, being labeled as criminals by people who fear us. They fear us. Unifying, organizing, structuring up. So what you're essentially describing, Duse M, an African social instinct re-expressed through American urban conditions. And that's powerful. And frankly, it deserves scholarly documentation, documentary treatment, or cultural archiving, which fits right into your media legacy work and intellectual property advocacy. So, this is why we are who we are, and they can't fuck with us. Crackhead Eddie, that hate that you got for Big U, then hardened your heart, bro. You're lost. You want to detach. This is a broken slave. That's the mentality that Crackhead Eddie got. A sambo, a broken slave. Oh, you can't be a Muslim and be associated and participate in the Crips. You can't go to a hood day. That's not a Muslim. So Islam requires Black Americans to give up their identity that they created after the white people already stole our identity. When they burnt all of the books in Alexandria and Timbuktu. When they burnt all of the books that was here from the Mayans and the Olmecs. Now we create a new identity to survive. A legacy of those closest to us within the last 50 years. And Islam is forcing us to leave that alone. I'm not saying go gangbang. 90% of the dudes in LA today that claim these neighborhoods or know or live in these neighborhoods are not gangbangers. They're not. They're not. Now, if they go to the county, will they have to take phase? Yeah. But these dudes ain't on the beach cruiser or the swing patrolling their hood every day. They not hitting niggas up. They not trying to go to jail. They not trying to go put in work with cameras everywhere. Walking cameras with all snitches everywhere. But they still love their loved ones. They still love their village. They still love the legacy of their family. Under Eddie's doctrine, the miseducation on Islam, written by Crackhead Eddie, where we can't adopt the faith of Islam. La ilaha illallah Muhammadan Rasulullah. Prayer, zakat, pilgrimage. If and pilgrimage, if permitted, at least once in your life, the Hajj to Mecca, to walk around the Kaaba. That's what makes you a Muslim. What he's describing is brainwashing, this theft of the identity and culture of those in Los Angeles. In fact, I'm gonna tell you something that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said. I don't need you gangbangers to stop being around the other gangbangers. They need that beacon of light that you done found. They need that. They need that God. The first thing these cowards do once they find religion or find success is run away from the rest of the problem. They think for themselves, I'm on, man, fuck them, nigga, I'm moving to the burbs. And they take all of their successful resources to a community where they're not respected, where that dollar circulates that community and would probably never sit when touch the black dollar in the urban communities. Instead of investing those same resources into building the reality that you desire for your community, not just yourself. Let's get into the chat. Crackhead Eddie, I hope you learned something today, boy. You's a good old boy. They got Outlaws where I'm from, too. Outlaws is a very old neighborhood on the east side, on Central. Damn, I remember when the west side of South Central LA was predominantly blacks. Facts, LA shot caller, when I grew up, that's what it was. By the Nissan building is used to say Dyson, yeah. No Cap Network, salute. LA shot caller. Let's see what the good people talking about. I see a lot of people wasn't feeling that. That's all right. All we need is those. We ain't worried about them. We worried about those that it did reach. You know what I'm saying? They said that this needs to be Cadillac Boys. They said this needs to be memorialized. Him and 600 asses out tonight. I already reported $600 for that dumb stuff that he said about Big U on his live. Michael Brown, salute. Man, he got a cold gay show. I'm going to see if I can get the team to edit this last video he did and put it together. He has gay hour over there. The Antis Park Boys, that's a fact, Reg, dog. Apologies for missing out on them. Walaikum assalam, bro. For sure, though. Evil, you know what it do, bro. Nissan brought Dawson. Yeah, Nissan brought Dawson. They the same company, they just changed name, right? Eddie Kane don't carry himself like a Muslim. He messy like a broad. Fact. My pop said as a teenager growing up in Louisiana, if him and his friends had to walk to school in a group and go to the park, etc., because the racist people would terrorize their community. Yeah. And the craziest thing, history is repetitive. We're at a time right now where we got mass white men, just like we had mass white men with the Ku Klux Klan running into our communities and snatching people. This is when it's time to be tough. All them Crips and Bloods need to make sure that they're regulating their territory. If not, you ain't got no territory, nigga. If you ain't standing for the protection of the constitutional rights and you losing ground, see, and where I come from, bro, we always wanted to score touchdowns, to move the football closer to the goalpost, right? If y'all not organizing in your community and you niggas claiming that y'all tough, and y'all not patrolling y'all blocks, got the little homies on point like Stacey Adams, then y'all niggas is pussy. See, y'all organized for some other people that look like us, but y'all not even gonna organize for your own cousins, relatives, homeboys. Somebody got popped today in Minnesota. A black United States civilian by an ICE agent. And this is just the beginning. This is what Trump did. He took them same Proud Boys and racists that attacked on January 6th the Capitol, and he gave them jobs. The poor white trash. He gave them the biggest budget that immigration's ever seen to create these jobs, and he legalized lynching of anyone who they believe might be an immigrant. Anybody who resists against what they're doing with the immigration. And he's looking for a reason, for a revolt, so that he could declare the Insurrection Act. When he declares the Insurrection Act, every constitutional right that our ancestors fought for, we will no longer have. He will suspend the Constitution. I hope y'all listening to what the fuck going on. We got Crips and Bloods in 41 states. I'm not saying get aggressive and take off on nobody. I'm saying man up, organize, and patrol and protect your community and neighborhood. That's what it all started for. That's the way you rock your flag. That started for today. And I want y'all to know a lot of us is going to end up in jail. I'm quite sure I'm going to end up being one. It won't be DAMU KIWE Conversations no more. After Chuck's YouTube won't be continued. Because I'm the type of nigga that always stand for what I believed in. 10 toes. See, when Eddie, things got hot with Eddie, he didn't stand for what he believed in, talking about he don't need a group and he don't need no help. He stand by himself. When them Crips got on your helmet after you told on tone, nigga, you ran to them for protection because you needed help. Instead of running away from your community and the problems, this is when you man up. Protect your nieces, your nephews. Make sure that y'all walking them and picking them up from school. They're attacking the schools. Who do y'all think they coming for after they get rid of these immigrants? Who do y'all think they coming for after these immigrants? With no constitutional rights. The Insurrection Act will suspend all of our constitutional rights. Those of y'all who still have the right to bear arms, make sure that you take your kids to the range regular, stack up on water, stack up on food, at least 6 months. Food that won't go bad. Canned goods, noodles, and a bunch of water. Stack up on ammunition. Make sure you're able to protect yourself. See what the good people talking about, man. Gangs or culturally tribalism, and the Prophet Muhammad or any Sahaba never gave up his tribal identity. Hey, Brother Eva, I'm so glad you said that. He was from the tribe of Quraysh. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. He loved this tribe. He never had to give up the tribe of Quraysh. But they brought the positivity of Islam back to the individual tribes. Exactly. That's what Crackhead Eddie is running from doing. Southern Force look like he's a counselor for white women who used to be streetwalkers. Salute. Get up off my brother, man. He definitely don't. A real Muslim wouldn't want to see another Muslim locked up. 100, I believe Wacker 600 got him to work for the feds too. Everything about him say he working. Yeah, bro, I believe the exact same thing. Southern Fourth look like he about to deny me from parole. Big E, salute, the face cover and living right, never to the Crip cop in the witness protection safe house. Yeah, he do. G's governor, what up, bro? You know what I'm saying? Southern Force. Y'all ain't gonna get this on the internet. They gonna water it down. They cowards. They gonna want y'all. They don't give a fuck about the people. These YouTubers give a fuck about the views just so they can continue to pay their bills because they don't understand what the fuck is going on right now. Bills work. Real soon, you won't have no bills or work. Come on, Mr. Deuce. Talk that shit, man. I'm popping it today. Bang that like button. We messing with get your money. When them schools do, they step things, gang shit. Yeah, anytime anyone is promoting unity in the black community, it automatically a threat to them after folks. Why y'all think I just told y'all I'm quite sure that they gonna lock me up in the near future? Why you think I said that? I'm Active Chucks was a movement, aggressive changes that influence change, revolution. The base word in change and revolution is change. Aggressive changes that influence various ethnicities, communication, hopefully unifying communities needing social services. The gigs up. This is why I started Active Chucks. This is why I started DAMU KIWE Conversation for a movement. Fuck Whack 100. He just the example of the Sambo and House nigga that we need to stand against. That I knew was going to be, as soon as they do the Insurrection Act, any one of y'all trying to organize, he's going to be the one telling the small hats, hey, man, that nigga Southern Force, listen, man, he legally can carry guns, and he's trying to start an uprising in the fields, massa. Hey, he's talking about starting an uprising and attacking white folks. We can't have all of that. Now, boy, I was gonna tell massa.
I'm gonna take your cornbread.
Bro. So when niggas say, well, why do you care that Whack 100's a rap? There was a reason why our ancestors distrusted the police, didn't cooperate with the police, and had our own community justice. Because once it was going down, if we couldn't trust you, we knew that you were working with them. You're going to tell them it was Southern Force and Olamonte. You know what I'm saying? Salute to DAMU KIWE, or that fool ain't no real Muslim, because I'm not even Muslim, and I know for a fact you can't speak about another man in that religion like that without them being there to defend themselves. That's a fact. Dude's cooking. Hey, Gabe and Cherry, y'all make sure y'all share this with everybody, bro. Your children, everybody. Every gang member you know, your brothers, your cousins, share this live. This is what the people need to hear. Let's wake this shit up. Gabor, fire, salute. My nigga on one. Angela, I ain't on one. I'm telling you. Panda Man, Deuce, you preaching, OG, don't stop. Ah, man, I can't stop, won't be stopped. Machine in motion. You know what I'm saying? All real Jews. Bomani, you know what's up. Messi Moore, salute DAMU KIWE Conversation. B's and C's, strong, ain't no question. The Muslims, country boy life, salute, bro. the Muslims would get on him about his foolishness because Big U is a Muslim. And Eddie Boy is jealous, hiding under them while throwing rocks on his channel, scared behind his little mask. Cold coward. You right, bro. Duse M, you dropping some real knowledge, homie. Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? I really believe this is what I was born for, bro. You know what I'm saying? All my life, I believe this. That's why I tried to start this movement. It wasn't to make no money, bro. Messi Mars, salute, bro. Bang that like button, good peoples, is much appreciated. Bomani, what's up, King? Raggiv Molina, hey, Marciano, Snoop Dogg used to do the Mace Arena. Used to do the, what's that? So, hey, man, they wouldn't allow me to upload the video. Salute to Corrupt. I did that, no white host. Hey, Jordan Griffin, nah, there ain't no white host. I mean, I guess you got white privilege, and you feel, oh, well, shit, they got 2 black hosts. Where are the white hosts? You know what I'm saying? Like, why don't you start your own YouTube channel? You know what I'm saying? Now, if you feeling what we saying, we ain't opposed to those who gonna stand for justice for all, whether you're white, brown, black, it don't matter. Now, is that what you saying? Because if that's what it is, we might want to link up with you and see where your mind at, player. Fact, because my mama friend used to whoop my ass in the hood. Definitely takes a village. Takes a village to raise a child, man. If you spend half your time perfecting a craft instead of worrying about pointless garbage, you actually have a full set of teeth.
Oh, that's a
hey,
troll.
Charlie Griffin, that's good. I like him. Do not block him. Let him continue to type. You know what I'm saying? Jordan Griffin, I know that's you, CS2 back. You always undercover, an undercover agent, an undercover punk. Get the F off my boy, your man. Real talk going on right now. No time for trolling or deflection. They called the mob a gang, then arrested all their ass if they could. They gave us the same brand and punishment. Facts. They want the failures to lead our children. Facts. They want the broken slaves to lead our children. Those that's going to keep them docile and passive. Hey, no violence and no, man. And you need to tell the police. Angela said, facts, Deuce. Uda on the go. Salute to the chat. Salute, bro. You know what I'm saying? Uda in the building. Slim Fat Dude, Mike B. I'm in the cut listening to this real spill to all the good people. If y'all feeling this real spill, share it with everybody in your phone, everybody on your social media. Tell them they need to know what the fuck's going on. If they don't realize it after you done told them, don't feel bad when something happened bad to them because you told them. We would be just a tribe with no lawful jurisdiction. A gang is really a neighborhood watch. Facts. Well, not nowadays. Now they tearing up the neighborhood. And I participated in that nonsense. So sometime when you know better, you do better. You know what I'm saying? T-Mac, salute. Islam Moabite. Farrakhan proposed we formed the 10,000 Fearless, and there was crickets. I'm quite sure a lot of brothers I talk to feel that they believe that Farrakhan is compromised, that he's a federal asset. Because if not, they believe he would have been poisoned or off. So I can understand the hesitation. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not convinced that he is, but I'm just letting y'all know I've heard that from close brothers that I trust with my life. That's how they feel. America is on the verge of becoming a third world country. It's going to be all bad out here. It's coming. Stay prepared, my loved ones. Lewis Brooks, you ain't lying. Tell them about the gun line, boss. Stand on the media. Let's go. That's a fact, bro. So, okay, we went through everything. Hey, listen, man. Maria home. I ain't ate. I'm finna go rub her feet. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna flame up CS2 back, but we are already coming up on 2 hours. Southern Forest, please go ahead and break down what you got gathered from what I was vibing on today, brother.
It's basically, hold on, let me shut this door real quick.
Now take your time, brother. We got about 9 minutes, so you can take your time, brother. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, man. It's like I've always been saying, man. Why you think they have people like Rap 100 in the play? If you send a plant out there to a neighborhood where it's respected, where it's known, where it's also respected by other OGs, and that plant sees that them OGs are a threat, who you think they're gonna come for them? The OGs, the same OGs that was help you get past school so you won't get fucked with. The same OGs that was trying to put equipment together for your sports and for whatever after school activities you have. These are the OGs they come for. That's why they send a plant like Whack 100, because he'll do anything. Number one, stay out of jail, especially rat on his hood. And he'll do everything to serve the law in the interest of justice. So when you got these type of plants that's around your hood, what they do is they get you to talk about what's going on in your hood, what's going on with this person, that person. Then the next thing you know, you got a RICO. But they've been doing this for years and years and years, even when they flooded the community with dope in Oakland. They've been sending these type of plants like Whack 100 and poisoning our communities, dividing our communities, and causing us to go against each other when we should be going against the government and society who's putting taxes on us, who's telling us where to live, what to eat, where to sleep, the whole 9 yards. But this is what the structure is. They use it to turn for us to turn against each other, and then once we get through destroying each other, they take over your land. You have nothing to call your own. Even those of you bought your house, guess what? You don't own the land. You don't own mineral rights. And they anticipate all the violence. They anticipate the dope houses. They anticipate the raids and the feds coming through your neighborhood. Because once that's over, your house go up for auction, and guess who picks it up? Some old supremacist society that don't give a damn about your hood, don't give a damn about your culture, don't give a damn about your history, and they make it their own history, which you erase from the books. I want you to think about that the next time you start talking about politics around rats like this. Next time you talk about street culture around rats like this. Most importantly, when you start talking about tribes, remember cats like this. These cats that you've known for 20, 30, 40 years, and the same cats that got the knife behind their back. So the minute you turn your back, they stab you in it. Just either keep their freedom or get a paycheck. I'm gonna land that one.
Hey, listen, man. This is like Tupac on Machiavelli. This is the realest shit I ever spoke. If y'all don't understand, then you lost. We lost. Because we only as strong as our weakest link. The DAMU KIWE Conversation is not a YouTube channel. We have a YouTube channel. The DAMU KIWE Conversation is a movement of those who already had a shape and character that didn't like rats, that didn't trust the government. That all aligns with who I am, what I believe in, and what I stand on, by any means necessary, like Malcolm. That's why y'all been here supporting. We went through all of the content, all of the circus shit with these clowns. Now it's time to continue to expand and to focus on the time at hand. The revolution won't be televised. It'll be streamed on Active Chucks, DAMU KIWE Conversations. We out.